Hey everyone, and welcome. Have you ever stood in front of a huge building and just wondered what's holding it all up? Like, what's the big secret hiding right under our feet? Well, today, we're going to dive deep and uncover that hidden blueprint, the one that makes sure every single structure stands tall and proud.
All right, check this out. Every building, from a tiny house to a massive skyscraper, has a secret. And it's not the part you see every day. The real magic, the real strength, is hiding in plain sight. Or, well, not so plain sight. It's the part buried underground, the foundation. That's the big secret.
So, what is this secret? I mean, what's really holding it all up? Let's find out.
Okay, let's get into it. A building's hidden skeleton. What is a foundation plan? To really get it, we need to peek at something called a foundation plan. And trust me, this is where it gets super cool, because we're basically going to look at a building's skeleton.
So, a foundation plan, it's basically a drawing of everything that's under the building. The best way to picture it? Think of it as the building's skeleton. It's the strong, hidden frame that supports absolutely everything on top of it.
All right, next up, the anatomy of a foundation. Deconstructing the skeleton. So if we're sticking with this skeleton idea, then what are the bones, right? Let's break it down and look at all the different parts that make up this incredible support system. First things first, you've got the footings. These are literally the feet of the skeleton. They're the very bottom part, and their job is to spread out the building's entire weight. This stops it from just sinking into the ground. Super, super important. Then you have the columns. Think of these as the strong leg bones. They're the vertical supports that take all that weight from up high and carry it safely all the way down to the footings. Okay, what's next? Foundation walls. These are the walls built below ground level. They're kind of doing double duty here. They support the building and they hold the whole thing firmly in place. And what about the floor you're standing on? That's where floor joists come in. These are the horizontal beams that support the floor. Without them, the floor would start to bend or break under pressure. Nobody wants that. All right, here's one you might not expect. Drains. You know, water can be a total nightmare for a foundation. So these pipes and channels are essential for carrying all that water away and protecting the whole structure from damage. Okay, so now we've looked at the individual bones of the skeleton. The blueprint revealed, putting it all together. We've got the footings, the columns, the walls. Now let's see how they all come together on the actual blueprint.
So what does this skeleton actually look like on paper? I mean, when the pros draw it all out, what are we looking at?
And bam, here it is. This is a real deal foundation layout. I know, it might look like a bunch of complicated lines at first, but wait a second. Now that you know the key parts, you can see it, can't you? You can see the columns and the footings we just talked about. See? It's all starting to make sense.
Decoding the language, how to read the plan. Okay, so seeing the plan is one thing, but actually reading it? That's a whole other ballgame. Blueprints have their own language, so let's learn a few keywords.
First up, you've got sections and details. The easiest way to think about these, it's like the zoom in feature on your phone. They're super close-up drawings that show the exact shape and size of specific parts, like a footing, so there are absolutely no mistakes during construction. Then you have dimensions. These are all those little numbers you see everywhere. They are the specific measurements: length, width, height. This is crucial because it ensures every single part is built to the perfect size. Of course, the drawing can't be life-size, right? So how do you know how big everything really is? That's where the scale of the drawing comes in. It's just a little key that tells you how the drawing size compares to real life. Like maybe 1 inch on the page equals 10 feet on the construction site. It's the key to understanding the true size of the whole project.
And last but not least, notation. This is all the notes, labels, and symbols you see on the drawing. Think of it like a little instruction manual or a key. It gives extra info and helps make sure everyone, from the architect to the builder, is reading the plan the exact same way.
Okay, strong, safe, and stable. Why it all matters. So we've broken down the skeleton, we've learned the language, but why is this so important? Well, it really all boils down to 3 simple but absolutely critical words.
Here's a quick way to remember all the pieces we just covered. We've got footings, columns, walls, joists, and drains for the structure. And for reading the plan, we have sections, dimensions, scale, and notation. It's a lot, I know, but they all work together for one big reason. And here's the big takeaway. A foundation plan is so much more than just a drawing. It's the master guide. It's what makes sure that our buildings are strong, safe, and stable. Really,
It's the hidden hero right under our feet. Kind of makes you think, doesn't it? The next time you walk into a building, you'll know its biggest secret.